John Blackwell is the basketball coach at Lawrenceburg. 4th year there, 6th year overall as a head coach. As you heard, they're taking on Franklin County on the 25th. Coach Blackwell.
Thank you, Coach Lovell. It's an honor to be here. Great coaches up here tonight, great coaches in this area. That's one of the countless reasons that I'm thrilled to be back in this area. It's my 4th year, so I'm not a rookie anymore, but grew up in this area and was gone for about 12 years, and I love it up here, or down here rather. It's been really fun. First of all, I told our coaching staff, most of who's here tonight, that I forwarded them the email from Scott, and they said, "Man, you're last." And I said, "No, I'm not last. I'm the keynote speaker." So thank you guys for sticking around for the keynote speaker. But on a serious note, Coach E was up here. Coach Lovell just mentioned it. We do have our new gym opened up. Last year we were talking about playing in the middle school. That went really well. Our middle school gym was great to coach in. Not sure how it was for the fans. It was really small. But Coach E and Franklin County come to town for the first game in the new gym. I'm just glad to be there. Some of you know I was suspended for the first game last year. It was an AAU incident. It was an honest mistake, an ignorant mistake, but a mistake nonetheless. And I had to sit out a game. So if you ever get a chance to watch Muppets Christmas with your 2-year-old while your varsity team's playing a game, try to avoid that. It was a tough situation. So we're looking forward to the opener. The new gym's exciting. It's great to have Coach E back in the conference, joining a conference full of really good coaches, and Coach E's just one of them. Speaking of coaches, our coaching staff, a good chunk of which is here tonight. Nick Scalp's our varsity assistant. He's coached almost every level in our program. He was an 8th grade coach. When I got the job 3 or 4 years ago, it didn't take long before I knew that if I had an opening, I wanted to move him up with us. He's our varsity assistant, does a great job. Kyle Jolly, as Coach Reitzman just mentioned, did a lot of good stuff for South Ripley. He was actually teaching at our elementary last year and coaching at South Ripley. When Coach Cutter took a head girls job up at Wapahani, he was the first person we called, and we're thrilled that he's on board and in orange and black. Coach C. Bradley's our freshman coach. He's not here tonight. He's done a great job with our freshmen for many, many years. Jim Asherman assists him. Nick Tremaine's our 8th grade coach, also our head baseball coach, very successful head baseball coach for many years, and Brad Seymour coaches our 7th. So I feel really good about our coaching staff. A lot of great guys. The other thing, I owe Ace a lot of thanks for being last, because I got to sit here and listen to all these coaches talk, and they're good enough coaches as is, and then they're up here talking about everything they got back, 4 starters, 5 starters, this, that, the other. We lost 85% of our points, so sitting back there listening to these coaches talk about everything they got back has been a combination of fun and frustrating. We had a pretty good year last year. We won our share of games, but we did lose a lot of seniors, good kids, good players that did a lot for our program. So we're replacing a lot of holes. We've got 2 seniors, probably only going to have 2 seniors on the varsity team. You know, Coach Bowen talked about Niehoff, 75% from the floor. He was about 100 against us. So I'm not surprised he ended up at 75, but I thought I had a kid who had a pretty good stat line coming back. We got a senior coming back that shot 66% from the floor last year. The only problem was he was 2 for 3. That's how he got to 66%. So maybe I'm an idiot for not playing anymore, but we've got 2 seniors is all, and they're really, really special kids to me. Adam Lang and Eli McNaughton. Eli's got 4 varsity points in his career, and Adam's got about 9 or 10. But they're really, really special kids to me because they're program guys. This is my 4th year. When I got hired, I was told, you know, Coach, you got some decent players in the program. Your freshman class is really poor. And I think most coaches will tell you, if you hear that you've got a poor class, you kind of say, I just want to get a couple kids out of that class. And we've got Adam and Eli. They're great kids. They're program guys. They both played JV as juniors last year. And I know the coaches in the room will tell you some kids think they're too cool to play JV as juniors. A lot of kids will walk away after their sophomore year because, you know, they don't want to play JV as a junior. And Adam and Eli have stuck it out. They've been program guys. They do everything we ask them to do. They don't have a lot of varsity experience. There are only 2 seniors. I don't know what their stat lines will look like, but when you talk about culture and program culture, Adam and Eli are as good as it gets, and I hope I can help them have some individual and team success this coming year. So that's Adam Lang and Eli McNaughton. Our junior class, we started 4 seniors and 1 sophomore last year. The sophomore we started was Jordan House. He'll be a junior now. He's got a chance to be a good player. He had a good sophomore year. His role will change because he was a sophomore around 4 pretty good seniors. So his role will change, but I think he's ready for that. Successful baseball pitcher, football wide receiver, and a well-rounded athlete. So we're expecting a lot of things out of him in our junior class. Also in our junior class, we've got a front court player, A.J. Mueller, that played some varsity last year. Him and Jordan were the only 2 guys that played significant minutes. He'll do some good things for us in the front court. Grant Bradley is a junior. He's grown to about 6'3", 6'4", pretty versatile kid, can shoot it, can score inside. He's our freshman coach, Steve Bradley. It's his son. So he was a JV player last year that has a chance to help us in a lot of different ways. Drew Wilson was a JV player as a sophomore last year that'll be a junior now. He can help us. Reed Strobel is a kid that transferred from East Central that dove right in with us this summer and did a good job and has a chance to help us. And then we got another junior, Noah Hummel, that could help us as well. In the sophomore class, we got a healthy sophomore class. 7 sophomores that'll definitely be on the JV or varsity with a chance at a couple more. Curtis White is a sophomore point guard that he's got a chance to be good. If we weren't so senior heavy last year, he might have played significant varsity as a freshman. He played JV, did a good job, helped our JV have a successful season. So we're going to give the keys to the car to a sophomore at the point guard position in Curtis White. And like I said, our sophomore class is 7 or 8 deep, and a lot of kids we're excited about. Logan Lawrence, Evan Pennington, a couple guys that are probably JV guys that'll push for varsity minutes this coming year. So we do have only 2 seniors, but our sophomore and junior classes are really healthy. So we're just going to give it our best shot each day. Our schedule, like everybody in here, is very difficult. Our conference is really good. I think everybody's talked about the quality of coaches and players in our conference. So we'll give it our best shot to compete every night and love the group of kids we have to do that. Our schedule looks real similar. We did have Indianapolis-Arlington last year. We dropped them. We added Switzerland County as a regular season opponent instead of just a potential Rivertown opponent. So that's really about the only change. We play in the Northeastern Holiday Tournament. That was a lot of fun last year. We're looking forward to that again this year. And one thing that happened with our schedule, Joe Vogelsang, our athletic director, and I were looking at our schedule last April or May. We added Switzerland County. That ended up being a home game. And we had more home games than road games, which is great, but the year after, that's going to flip on you, and you're not going to like that. So we said, let's just fix this now and get it fixed. So we're looking at our schedule, and last year we only played 2 home conference games and 5 road games. So this year we were due for 5 home conference games, which is great, but you got to get that fixed eventually, not just for you, but for everybody. So we're looking at our schedule, and we're looking for a team to say, hey, we'll go on the road. And the way the schedule flows and stuff, the best team to do was East Central. We played at East Central last year, and Joe and I are looking at our schedule, and to just fix everything, it's probably in our best interest to go to East Central again next year. So that was a tough phone call to Coach Disbro in about April or May. I'm just holding my phone trying to make this call like, hey, Coach Disbro, we got to come to your place last year. You kicked our butt, but we want to come to your place again this year. So that was a tough phone call, but we got our schedule all balanced out, even if it does mean going to East Central 2 years in a row. It'll help us this year, keep our schedule balanced, and move on in the long term. So that's kind of the state of Lawrenceburg basketball. Like I said, we're looking forward to a good year. Again, to reference Coach Disbro, like he said, just ready for the season. Look forward to every part of it. Look forward to practice with the kids primarily and scouting games and having those meetings with your coaches and seeing other coaches out on the road scouting and it's time to get rolling. So thank you guys for sticking around. It's a true honor to be here. Coach Lovell, again, several coaches have talked about everything you do for our sport, and for you to be down here tonight means a lot. You know, listen to your show, called your show, and talked to you when I was a even younger head coach at Crawfordsville several years ago. So having you down here means a lot. And Coach Mormon putting this on, and everybody sticking around, I just appreciate it and look forward to seeing everybody later on this winter. Thanks.